I want this video to be a way for you to build confidence in yourself, to really, the elusive word of confidence, even understand what it is and how to cultivate a sense of confidence in yourself. I don't know how many videos on YouTube there must be about building confidence. I think a lot of them are well-intentioned, but kind of misinformed, we'll say. What confidence means to me is a sense that you've got a great chance of doing something that you have identified as important or meaningful for you. You've got a great chance. Now, what it doesn't mean, and this is I think where we go wrong with confidence, is the sense that if I try to do something in my life, it's going to work, that it definitely will work, it's guaranteed to work. That's not confidence, because that doesn't exist. There is no such thing as knowing for sure if you do something it's going to succeed. That's too much focused on outcomes and things that you can't actually control. What confidence means is knowing that you've got a great chance of things working out for you if you try them based on your attributes and your qualities and your talents. Now, I've noticed that when we are lacking in confidence, we tend to lean into that thing about guaranteeing the outcome, right? The outcome must be guaranteed before I can start to try something. Or another way to put it is we find ourselves in this perpetual state of trying to get ready before we attempt to do something. I'm not quite ready yet. I need to just get more ready. Now, this need to be ready is what happens, materializes in the absence of a genuine, fundamental sense of confidence in yourself. Again, when you have genuine confidence, it's never about guaranteeing that you're going to be able to succeed in whatever it is you're going to do. It's about knowing that you've got a great chance. But in the absence of that, it's like, okay, I need to prepare myself. I'm not quite ready yet. I need to be more prepared, perfectly prepared, in order to avoid that negative outcome. So I guess this video is just about knowing the difference. This thing about being ready to do something, to start a YouTube channel, to start your own business, to start a diet, start whatever it is, start some meaningful change in your life. The idea that I'm not quite ready for it yet, just you can kind of check in and question that somewhat, in that, well, why do I feel like I'm not ready? Why do I perpetually feel like I'm not ready to do this? It could be to do with an underlying sense or a lack of self-belief or self-confidence. Again, not that you will succeed, but that you've got a great chance of succeeding if you try it. Now, the underlying low confidence comes from that internal, we could call it inner critic, or that I call it kind of the original introjection that I'm not quite good enough, right? I'm not good enough for this. And when we question that, you'll find that there's a completely new way to see yourself, and it has nothing to do with that old introjection. There's ample evidence to suggest that you are good enough, but you gotta first look at that negative introjection to debunk it. And with confidence, you'll start to try things. You won't be as preoccupied with being perfectly ready before you do everything. You'll also see things as experiments. You don't see them as, you're not so much preoccupied with the outcomes or where it leads to in the end. You're trying things in terms of like, this is an experiment, or I can see this as a learning experience. That's what genuine confidence looks like. Confidence does not mean, if someone's walking around with genuine confidence, they do not have a sense of a guaranteed outcome will materialize. It's different. They have got a sense that they've got a great chance of it materializing. But it goes, if anyone tells you that confidence is a guarantee about an outcome, or that they know for sure something's going to happen, I would say that there's something amiss there. Something is off with that. I even heard a sports person talking recently about the fact that when he was in his prime, he would enter these competitions with an awful lot of confidence, and he was winning so much that at one point he reached a final in this competition of the sport he was in, and he said to himself, I know I'm going to win. Now, at the time he thought he was confident, but actually he didn't win. And in the end he looked back and he realized that wasn't confidence. That was me being preoccupied with all the previous winning I had done, and I was writing a new script for that. So it was a misguided sense that he was going to win that competition. It didn't actually help him. Right? So genuine confidence isn't about knowing you're going to win or succeed. It's about sensing or feeling into the fact that you've got a great chance, and based on what it is that your value that you have, and letting go of the idea that you need to be perfectly ready before you try anything, to experiment with things in life. So I hope that's a useful concept. Confidence means looking at your positive qualities and backing yourself. And it is something that's a lot easier to cultivate when you can let go of the idea that you need to be ready before you try to do something. That state doesn't exist, because in an egoic framework, that means you're perfectly protected from potential failures, right? There is no such thing in life as being perfectly protected from potential failures. In fact, really, there's no such thing as failures. Really, all there are experiments. You learn from them, you go again. So that, to me, is what genuine confidence is. Keep it in mind. Hope it's a useful concept. And thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.